if it can happen in San Francisco, this can happen in your town, in your city, in your school district. Last night, San Francisco parents recalled 3 members of the city school board.
Rather than focusing on reopening of the schools, it spent months, the school board, deliberating about how to rename 44 schools, including one named for Senator Dianne Feinstein. The board argued also about and changed abruptly their admissions rules to specific high schools, switching to a lottery system instead of merit-based.
Even in San Francisco, the parents said, "You don't care about our kids. You're not thinking about your number one client here, the families, the children, who have to be prepared, have to learn how to read and write."
This isn't even really a right or left issue, because I'll tell you, the parents that voted in this recall election and supported the recall, they're probably going to support a curriculum that looks different than the one that I would choose, right? But what we said in our school choice initiative, and Jordan headed this up for us, is that's okay. In fact, that's good, because parents should be in charge.
In San Francisco, these elections results were massive. For instance, the school board president, Gabrielle Lopez, who was recalled, 74% of voters voted to remove her from office. The vice president, 71%, and one of the other commissioners, 78%. Listen, the reason why the entire school board wasn't replaced was just because 4 of the other members weren't yet eligible for recall.
These are issues that cut to the family, and also it cuts across party lines. These members that were taken out of office by a primarily Democratic voter base, with no question. San Francisco is one of the most progressive liberal cities in the country. They took their school board out by 70% plus margins, which tells you that between, as Jordan said, the unions, which we saw in Chicago, and what's happened here, Harry, parents' voice matters. And that's why McAuliffe lost in Virginia and Youngkin won.
If you look at the election earthquake in Virginia, now followed by the explosive results in San Francisco, I think parents have sent a real message to both politicians and to teachers' unions.
Certainly today, what we saw is it's a different level of political engagement, like math has become political.
Yeah, everything's become political. And the Department of Justice, remember, was going to start investigating parents that were going to school board meetings demanding that their school boards be accountable. Now, I doubt seriously Merrick Garland, I hope not, is going to go out to San Francisco and start an investigation since they overturned their sitting school board.
Yeah, was it a conspiracy?
Of the right? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
This is telling you something. It tells everybody something. The shockwave in all of this, and Dan, you deal with politics all day, is this was not partisan. None of this has been partisan. Parents, right, left, and center are saying enough. Teach our kids how to read, write, and arithmetic.
The parents are saying we're unified on this. We want to control our own school boards. But, you think about how this swept from Virginia to San Francisco. Virginia is historically a swing state, right? I mean, it's trended blue recently. But the fact that there was a switch there might not have been as earth-shattering. But this, Jay, 78% for a commissioner of a school board in San Francisco.
It's unreal.
It is unifying parents. It's unifying voters. I'd say this, though, to you, Jordan. As we head into 2022, there's an opportunity and a challenge for both parties here. It's clear what voters want. Which party, or maybe both parties, which party will answer that call?
I don't usually quote the Washington Post in this kind of large set, but I will. The fact is they do realize what we're all seeing. And they said the recall election is the latest signal that mainstream voters, not right or left, mainstream voters, even a liberal city like San Francisco, have grown frustrated with public schools during the pandemic. Education, particularly its struggles with COVID measures and racial justice, is expected to play a prominent role in elections across the country. The results in San Francisco offer another warning sign for Democrats. You embrace the teachers' unions. You embrace radical left policies instead of just math, science, reading, and writing, and people are paying attention right now. And you could have surprise election results all across the country because people have had enough with these elected officials who are bought off by outside interest groups.